What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, Duel commentary. We have Pyro Guy 1501 versus Daedora. As I will say once again, always my favorite member of the Akatsuki. 1602. So, Madolche's, which means I have to record it if I want to get basically any diversity, because everything is just shut all. He's playing against Pyro Guy. I assume everything is shut all, basically. When I don't know what it is, I just assume it's shut all. After the recent YCS, I feel like Shadal were basically, before I feel like they were about maybe 25% of the meta. Now I feel like they're about 55% of the meta, maybe 20% to Burning Abyss, and then everything like 10% S-Knight, and then what am I left with? I guess whatever I'm left with is just everything else combined. 55 plus 25 is what? 70% plus 10. So I got 20% left for everybody else. Okay, so this is game 2, apparently, because Daedora opened up with a really good hand. Well, anytime you open up with Angeli and Madolche is good. And then obviously that gets you Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake's gonna trigger, get Mess and Gelato. He searched out Chateau. He already had Ticket, so he played it. So he has the Madolche. He has the Madolche setup that he wants. Pyro Guy, well, he tried to dump a Malicious. Unfortunately, there's Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Now, Pyro Guy still is activating all these effects, so maybe he doesn't realize either Shadow Mirror was played, or okay, I thought maybe he had a Mystical Space Typhoon. Guess he doesn't. Now I think he's playing like a Beelze deck, and the fact that he didn't have one, a monster to actually summon outside of Armageddon Knight, and two, a way to get rid of Shadow Mirror, makes me think that this duel literally can end in like the next turn. Like it can be over that quickly. So as you see, Daedora is the Hoot Cake obviously has to go back to the deck, and since it would go back to the deck, Chateau just says put it in your hand instead, and then he's able to search for Ticket as well because his monster went to the graveyard, or it attempted to, or however the fuck that card works. All I know is Ticket gives you another free card anytime a Madolche would be returned. So that was game 2, and Madolche is just obliterated in that match. And I think Pyro Guy might be playing not just a Beelze deck, but like a Norellis deck, which means that the first 5 cards in Daedora's hand could be super important, because he may need a Maxi, or more importantly, an Effect Veiler in that opening hand, because, you know, if you get hit with Norellis, like, just get fucked up, you know what I mean? Like, you lose your entire first hand, and you basically have to start the game from scratch. And you don't even get the draw, just your opponent does. That's one of them cards where it's like, why did they create that card? Like, I understand the need to try and make another version of Chaos Emperor Dragon, but don't make it like a fucking retarded card like that. Like, that's just dumb. And this is coming from someone who loves Phantom of Chaos. I love Phantom of Chaos, man. I advocate running that shit in Lightsworn and all types of decks. You copy Lumina, copy Judgment Dragon, all types of stuff. Alright, so Pyro Guy, I think he voted for double Armageddon Knight. That's crazy. He goes Kari Bandit. He hit a Malicious. That's pretty good. Oh, wow. Soul Charge is really good there. Maybe not. Wait, what is that card? Jewels of the Valiants. Huh. I'm not sure what that is really used for. So it looks like he took the MST. I'm not going to go into super deep detail because I don't really know the makeup of his deck. And once again, Daedora has Angeli. And I kind of feel like Angeli's price went up just a little. Like, I kind of feel like it was like $14 maybe like a couple of weeks ago. And maybe people are realizing that, hey, Madolche are pretty good against like the big 3 decks, because sending back to the deck is always good. And I talked about how Prophecy, it did some really good things against the top 3 decks. The problem with Prophecy is Prophecy just gets rushed way too hard. You know what I mean? Like, your only legitimate defense in that deck is Fate. And once somebody gets around Fate, you just get destroyed. Like, and your only monster you ever have on board is this little fucking 500 attack weakling who gets ran over by a fucking Kari bandit. So, I played Prophecy. I fucking hated it. I just, oh my god. The deck is so goddamn slow. If your tower gets blown up, you just lose. Like, so badly. Alright, so, you see Daedora once again gets the perfect setup that he wants with Chateau and Ticket. He added the Chateau, but he already had Ticket, if I'm not mistaken. It may have been reversed. That's not really the point. And once again, he has Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Now, I kind of wonder why he is prematurely flipping it. Well, okay. I guess he maybe wanted to bait out the Mystical Space Typhoon. And, okay. Armageddon Knight is going to be summoned. And this is cool because Pyro Guy actually gets to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Assuming that Armageddon goes through. It's Plague Spreader this time. He does have a Malicious, so he's got some legitimate plays there, some options. This is looking more like a Beelze deck than a it's looking more like a Beelze deck than I would say a Norellis deck. Now, if he has Vanity's Emptiness, he'll obviously want to watch the way he does Malicious and Plague Spreader first, unless you just have Soul Charge and you can use that to bait it out. Okay, we're seeing the power of Soul Charge. He goes for 2. Those must be the only 2 in there, because I was going to think he'd go for everything. Nope, he goes for Mathematician as well. Oh, Max C time. Oh no, let's go back to the duel. Literally, I felt like my heart stopped. I was like, no, this is way too hype. Alright, so, no, Pyro Guy, you only got 3. There you go. Alright, so, he draws 1. Daedora obviously drew 1. I'm going to say tiny advantage Daedora. Mainly because he's gonna have to give him so many freaking cards. Like, I get that he can amount a near uncrackable board, but do you really want to give your opponent like 6-7 cards to do it? Okay, so wait, Pyro Guy was thinking about special summoning, and I'm not sure if he knows if he's gonna do it or not. I'm not sure. All right, so he is gonna go for an 8. Like, I feel like you need proactive synchros. That's what I'm making. That's not a proactive synchro. I like Spark Dragon as much as everybody else does. When I say proactive synchros, I mean synchros that get rid of shit on Daedora's board. The only way to combat a Max C is you need to summon stuff. If you're going to keep summoning, if you can't win, you need synchros that are going to get rid of shit on your opponent's board. You know what I mean? Or the third alternative is to make sure you have a Vanity's Emptiness and that shit is uncrackable. Like, if you can somehow get Master Key Beetle plus that, I mean, okay, that's legit. But what he's doing now, massive special summoning with Maliciouses and the Plague Spreaders and all of that, if you just make a bunch of 8s like Bells and stuff, how do any of those stop Tiramisu? Like, if I'm not mistaken, Spark Dragon can only protect face-up cards. So if he flips over like a Trap Stun and goes Tiramisu, how do you stop that? Not to mention, when he Max C, he got a monster for Hoot Cake. I was going to say MST also because your card is face down. It's Breakthrough Skill. I was going to say, what if it's Vanities? It doesn't matter. There is literally nothing stopping him from going Tiramisu spam ham on your ass. And you totally have a monster in attack mode too. The Armageddon Knight in attack mode, even if you use Spark's effect on it to make it so it can't die, he'll just ram that shit. And he's gonna go super spam ham because he has instant fusion. He could have went spam ham even without the instant fusion just by activating Hoot's effect, removing the Max C. So yeah, the only way that I saw Pyro Guy winning that match is if he had like a Vanities plus a way to protect the Vanities, like Stardust plus Vanities maybe. But I don't know. I just didn't see, without him getting rid of cards on Daedora's field, there was literally no reason to keep going on to special summoning, because Bells just, Madolche don't give a fuck about Bells. They just want to send that shit back with Tiramisu. Thank you guys for watching as always.